G'day, Aussie Mark here. So today we'd have a look at some hiking boots. One of the most important pieces of equipment you're going to have if you're going out hiking, out into the wilderness, whatever, is a good pair of boots. Absolutely essential. Not a glamorous topic like exciting knives and survival stuff like that, but it's an important topic. I'm no expert on it, but I've got this pair of boots to show you. I've had these now for about 18 months and they've worked pretty hard. So we'll have a look at those, and it's just purely to give you a bit of an idea about this product, if it might have been on your shortlist or one that you're looking at. So what we've got here is a set of Hi-Tec boots. Now the model these are, and it's a mouthful, they are the V-LITE Altitude Ultra Luxe WPI. That's a name, isn't it? What does all that mean? Well, the V-LITE basically indicates that this is a light model of boot. They've got a way of making boots that they call it V-LITE. It's just a light construction method. They're still strong and everything, but they're saying reduced weight. The Altitude, well, that's the model of the boot. Ultra and Luxe, well, I don't know, just talking it up, I suppose. The bit at the end where it says WPI is a little bit significant, however. That stands or indicates that these are waterproof, and they've been waterproofed using the ion mask technology. I'm not going to go into a great amount of explanation on what that means, but basically each pair of boots is put into a chamber, which seems to be some kind of a pressure chamber or something, and they infuse the boots, they say at a molecular level, with this substance that makes them or increases their waterproofing. No idea if it's as good as they claim it to be, but what I can state with absolute certainty is that these are waterproof. I've walked through some pretty good bits of water and everything, and unless the water pours in the top, I've found that they stay nice and dry inside. So perhaps it works. Okay, these boots, this is the only colour this particular model comes in, which is a dark brown. They call it a chocolate, but it's basically, as you can see, they're a dark brown. We'll just bring one boot up to camera to show you some of the detail of it there. Excellent hardware, excellent lacing. Like any good hiking boot, you've got these two at the back here, which will pull that in. The tongue is fully stitched in up to that point there, which is important. Again, no good having a waterproof boot if the water can pour in down at this portion here. They run a Vibram sole, which is it's a brand name or a product name, basically to reduce vibration. Seems very effective. They're a full leather upper, and that's your sole there. Nice grippy sole. Generally, I've found that I maintain traction in pretty much any sort of conditions in these boots. They very comfortable. I said I did a bit of research before I went out and bought these, and basically they were on my shortlist because they were pretty much what I wanted, and also they were around about the right price. Just speaking of price, these are going now, I noticed, for around $300 Australian, and I saw that at on the website at Anaconda, which is actually where I got mine from. There is the model just below these, which is also the Altitude, and the Altitude 4. They don't have the ion mask treatment, and they're around $50 cheaper. You'll pick them up for about $250. When you go shopping for your boots, it's really important, don't buy your boots off the internet, online, unless by any chance you already have a pair and you're buying a second pair. And the reason I say that is it's crucial that you get the fit right. And each make and each model of a boot is potentially going to be slightly different. As an example, here in Australia I normally take a size 11 boot or a size 11 shoe. In these I took a size 12. So there seems to be some difference in the size, and I don't know if it's a US sizing or a UK sizing, but there is a difference. So you must go and try them on in the store. When you do that, it's important to take in a pair of fixed socks such as you'll be using when you go hiking. Take your own in, or if you're wearing boots in, you'll have them on, but don't try them on without that. Make sure you put on both boots, lace them up properly, and have a bit of a walk around the store to try them. Don't just jump up and go, yep, that feels great, and sit down again. Any outdoor store that's worth shopping at will allow you to do that. And the other thing to be careful of with hiking boots is you need to make sure that you have some toe room down here. You don't want to have your toes right up the end, because when you're coming downhill you'll tend to find it's going to pinch the front of your feet pretty badly, so make sure you've got that room. When I tried these on, they fitted perfectly. In fact, they were comfortable right from the off, and I knew immediately that I got up and walked around the store that this was the pair of boots for me, and nothing's changed since that day. They've just been comfortable from day one, and they've just worn in beautifully. One of the things I like about this particular boot is that it isn't sort of all flash, weird, fancy colours, and I actually quite often wear these out under as dress boots, and I wear them everywhere now. So I'm really getting my money's worth out of these things. They're not just for when I go out hiking. Easy to look after. As I say, leather upper, not suede, which is I think is easy and is preferable. with boot care, all I use on mine, and I don't know if this product's available overseas, but in Australia it's widely available. This is a product by Kiwi called Dubbin, and this is the neutral colour. And basically, this one's almost out, you can see that horrible gunky sort of stuff in there. You basically just wipe that onto the boots. You can let it sit for a while if you want, and then buff off the excess, and that just that's all these boots really seem to need. That works really well for them. So yeah, look, in conclusion, the Hi-Tec altitude boots, I certainly can recommend them, but again, they suit my foot size. I know with motorcycles and being into that type of thing, one person's motorcycle helmet favourite brand might suit someone else. It's different head shape, and there's also going to be different foot shapes, foot widths, etc. Whatever you do a bit more research on your boots before you go shopping. Look up fitment guides. There's a lot of very good information on the internet regarding how a hiking boot should fit, and try them on and walk them in the store. But if you do end up narrowed down to the Hi-Tec type boots like these, certainly you won't go wrong. 18 months I've had them, and I can say that they've been really good for me, and I'd be happy to buy another pair to replace them. Alright, thanks for watching guys, and happy hiking. Bye for now.